Finding your own sound, that thing that everybody wants to do but don't really know how to do it, and they think that you need to create a new genre, and actually it's not like this. Yo, what's up guys, welcome to a new video. My name is Wildcrow, and today I'm gonna tell you 6 tips to find and develop your own sound, because in the end, creating your own sound is just a combination of different things that in the end, when people listen to your music, know that it's you. And a lot of people think that you need to create a new genre to have your own sound, but actually it's not like this. Of course, if you create a new genre, it's gonna be better. You can be in the more generic genre and just have your own sound and sound unique. So with that being said, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if this video helped you, and also share it with your friends so they also have their own sound, okay? The tip number 1 is to ask your friends what is your own sound. When you're making music, you don't realize that you do a common things in all your songs, but your friends can realize about this. And this doesn't have to be only in one genre. If you produce different genres, like for example future house, bass house, big room, and progressive house, maybe you're doing the same thing in all of them and you don't realize about this, but other people can realize and can tell you. For example, sometimes I send my songs to some friends to get some feedback, and some of them tell me it sounds clean and so, but it sounds like you, and it's like, what is sounds like me? What does that mean, you know? It can be maybe the rhythm of the melody, that maybe you're using a kind of rhythm that sounds pretty unique and that you always use the same one. Or maybe it's something that you're doing in the melody. Maybe you always go up and down, or you always straight and then down. Or it can also be the chords. For example, if you listen to some Julian Color songs, in the end of the chord progression, he always have one chord this like dissonant or more dark that gives a different vibe. And when you listen to that chord, you instantly know that it's Julian Color. And it's just one chord. And then when you know the common things that all your songs have, you can focus on that and take advantage of this to make sure that people, when listening to your music, they know it's you even if they don't read the title of the song. The tip number 2 is to avoid cashmere packs. Yes, you heard me right, avoid cashmere packs. And why I'm saying this, because everybody has those packs, and of course I'm not talking only about cashmere packs. For example, also vengeance or vandalism are so overused, and the problem is that as everybody has those sounds, you're using the same sounds, and if you use the same sounds, you're not gonna have your own sound, you're not gonna sound unique. And of course, if you use just a kick or a clap or a drum loop or something like this, that doesn't really matter. But I've heard a lot of songs that when I listen to the feel, I know that feels from the cashmere pack, or that downlifter is from the cashmere pack. So try to avoid those super extreme over downloaded packs and try to find other packs that are not that overused, in, you know, so this way in the end nobody knows that you're using that pack, and this way your music sounds a bit more unique. And of course, down below in the description, the first link is to go to my store, and there you're gonna have some sample packs and sound banks that not a lot of people is using, so this way is gonna sound more unique, okay? The tip number 3 is to experiment with different genres, because probably inside electronic music you don't only listen to one genre, probably you don't only listen to future house. And if we go outside of electronic music, probably you listen to more genres. Maybe you listen to pop, to hip hop, to rock, or whatever. So in the end, even if you don't know it, the music that you create is like a combination of those genres and music that you listen. So why don't you do it on purpose and try to adapt some sounds of other genres? This way your songs are gonna sound more unique. And even if you produce a lot of different genres, if you take one thing, for example the guitar of rock, and you always try to put some rock guitars in your songs, it doesn't matter if you produce future house, or now if you're making a progressive house song, or now if you're making hardstyle, if you always have that, in the end people is gonna know that this kind of sound is yours. For example, when Headhunters took that hardstyle break and started to make big room, we all know it was Headhunters because the sounds and the melodies were so similar to the hardstyle ones. It was just his sound. The tip number 4 is to create your own sample pack and sound bank folders. Probably you have a lot of sample packs and sound banks. Maybe you have 1 terabyte, 2 terabytes, or even more of samples. And I'm not saying that now you have to go and listen to all of them and just put the ones that you prefer in one folder. No, of course, probably you have some samples that you didn't even listen, but you don't need to do this right now. What I recommend you to do is just go to your songs, to the previous projects, to the projects that you're doing right now. Take all the samples that you're using and just create a folder with that. If you do this, for example, with 10 songs, in the end you're gonna have a good sample pack that is just the sounds that you mostly use. This also is gonna help on your workflow, because you're gonna go directly to that folder to find the sounds that you want. But also, as most of the times you're gonna be using more or less the same samples, in the end your songs are gonna have like a similar touch, a similar color, a similar sound, that in the end is gonna be your sound. And you can do this the same with sound banks. Maybe you always open this sound bank to get 2 leads, and that other sound bank to get that bass, and that other sound bank to get that pad. Why don't you export those sounds and create your own sound bank? Of course, you cannot sell this, okay, because you didn't create those sounds. It's just to create your own folder, and this way go faster with it. So in the end, as you always use use more or less the same leads, more or less the same basses, more or less the same pads. Even if you make different genres, you're gonna be using the same sounds, and in the end it's gonna sound more like you. The tip number 5 is to create project bones of your previous songs. And yes, this is similar as the previous tip, but in another way. If you don't know how to create project bones, I have a video, put the link up here. Don't go right now, okay? Wait until this video ends. Don't go right now. But in this video I show you how to create project bones. And basically with the project bones, then when you're making another song and you remember, oh, I like that lead from that song, you just go take that lead and put it in your project and use the same mixer channel. So in the end, you're using the same sound exactly as it was. So in the end, you're making your own sound, you know? And the tip number 6, and the most important one, don't worry, your own sound will come by itself. If you're just starting, don't worry about this. You first need to know how to play reverb, how to cue, how to compress, how to do a good arrangement, how to mix, how to master, all those things. So don't worry about your own sound. At the beginning, just make music and learn how to make music. And then step by step, you're gonna start doing some things that you don't realize, and it's creating your own sound just by itself. Of course, if you apply the tips that I told you, it's gonna help you a bit more and it's gonna be a bit easier and faster, but your sound will come for sure. So well, guys, I hope these tips help you, and this way you have a path to find and develop your own sound. And in the end, this way when people listen to your music, they know it's you and know that is another person that is doing future house and another person that is doing hardstyle or things like this. That it doesn't matter what genre you do, that in the end they know that it is you. Like and share this video with your producer friends, so this way you help them to find their own sound. Now I recommend to go and check this video, but also subscribe to my YouTube channel, so this way you don't miss anything. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.